I can't give you much more information than that, but let me see. He flips to another page. Yes. He did say that he had not personally seen this, but he was aware that there are large scavers that must have somehow evolved on an air world called Alabeth.
Hmm?
Let me see if he has some information. This is me out of character looking for the exact size of the creatures
Okay.
here. So give me just one
Fun.
moment. Do. Just need to remember which book it's in. There it is. Okay, so he tells you that there is an air world that has scavers that are known to grow up to 100 feet long. But they've never been. There's no recorded sighting of them leaving that world. So they appear to be bound strictly to that world itself, and not able to spelljam like their or gain access to wild space like their smaller kin.
Would there be ships big enough to, quote, kidnap one of them or several of them and take them with to some other space?
Oh, indeed. These are said to be to grow up to 100 feet long, and there are certainly ships that are larger than that could get them and take them out of the sphere, out of the planet's atmosphere. I have no idea whether they could even survive and move about in wild space, though. Still, it is an intriguing possibility. He pulls out a piece of paper and a scrap of paper and like kind of a charcoal writing stick and starts making some notes to himself. He's kind of distracted now.
All right, so I thank you very much, and I think I'll leave you be. And if I have any questions about that, I'll be back.
Oh, yes. So he kind of realizes that he was being a little bit rude by getting distracted and with his thoughts, and he apologizes and sees you out.
I
Um,
also told him that we'd be extremely grateful if he gets to know something that he will pass that knowledge on.
Oh, certainly. I will absolutely do that.
Thank you. Right, I go, where do I go? I go to the inn, to the others, and I tell them what I just learned from Aranus.
Okay.
well, I think most of us were with you.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask because you said about other
Oh,
people coming with you, and then I
Well,
yeah,
wasn't sure if you went on your own.
she
you said,
she was the one that said that she was going to do that, and no one piped up saying we'll go with her. So
Yeah, we
I'm
did.
I'm
I was
assuming that
like,
she was alone.
I'm gonna go
Okay.
after she comes back. I'm gonna bring up the possibility that the ship, since this third company has been able to successfully swim the ship back and forth, and the other two weren't, that they could be behind it, and the giant Scavver could be just a big illusion.
Well, keep in mind that the time it would take to get to realm space, it's not that a ship has gone out and come back. It's that the House Yalar has had a ship sail, and as far as anyone knows, it has been unmolested.
Okay.
as far as anyone knows, so that's not certain either.
No.
Well, it's just a possibility that I want to throw out there.
Yeah,
That it could be an illusion, so maybe we should have a dispel magic ready just in case.
Yeah, it'd be
could
nice
be
if someone could cast that.
I mean, as far as
I-
we know at the moment, it could be anything. Arinus didn't really help that much. He just he opened up some possibilities.
Perhaps we should go and start talking to some of these guilds.
Leva, is it possible for wizards to make a regular Scavver grow bigger?
DM, is it? I would
Go
think
ahead and roll a spellcraft proficiency check. All right.
Critical
yes.
success.
Yes. First of all, was Thoriax a wizard? I can't remember right now.
Yes, he was,
Okay.
sort of.
But he could cast spells.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you know instantaneously that there was a spell that Thoriax had that, for whatever reason, you just never either took the time or were able to learn from him, that could make something much larger, i.e. the enlarged spell.
Was it?
Mhm.
Does she know it was a temporary effect?
She knows. Well, she's answering the question. It is absolutely possible that a wizard could make a small thing much, much larger.
At this mention, Lafdul gets in front of the party and let me demonstrate the opposite. He uses his self power to reduce self on himself. You just see Lafdul shrink like 20%.
Yep, I think you shrink about 20%.
So if
You
I can
already
do-
were small, now you're smaller.
Hey, eventually I'll be pocket-sized Lafdul.
Oh, that's
You got
interesting.
a higher-pitched voice now. Come on.
It's the first time the party see me do this as well.
I think it's the first
So-
time you've
Interesting.
used that.
Yeah.
Okay, so two
Wondering-
things.
You should really
You see-
use that on collecting your bi-weekly, how would you call it, special items.
Well, none of you guys know that he's stealing these things. As far as
Yeah.
you know, he's buying them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Also, just for those wondering, his normal height is 4 feet 11 inches. With that, he shrinks down to just under 4 feet tall.
Wow.
So he's
Nice.
a halfling now.
Yeah, it's kind of a tall halfling, but
Yeah, but
yes.
so, I mean,
Time
I
to
guess
start
that'd be
level.
more like dwarf size. A dwarf would be around that size, right?
But I mean, he shrinks in every dimension. It's a full percentage. So he looks the exact same, just loses a foot of height, basically. So
That's quite clever. How small can you get? Can you get small enough to fit through a keyhole or something?
I've heard rumors of people being like, you hold out, you mentioned Braxon to hold out his hand, about the size of your hand, width of your hand, that's about as small as you get.
Impressive. Right. So one thing I'm wondering if it could be if it is this other house, House Yeldin, could they perhaps have enlarged some Scabbers to attack these ships? But the other thing I'm wondering is whether someone could disguise a spelljamming ship as a Scavver, because a lot of them look like creatures anyway. So
Yeah.
maybe there could be a pirate ship that looks like a Scavver.
Yeah, but you'd still see the rumors
could-
would then not be just big scabbers attacking. It would be something like people attacking. It only needs one person to survive to know the difference between a real scabber and a ship.
Mm.
I suppose
Yeah,
that's
but-
right.
Not necessarily if they were completely and utterly panicked and they weren't thinking clearly.
Oh, one quick aside. Higgimus, you had wanted to get the head, the jaw of one of the deep swan jaws taxidermied, right?
Oh yeah, my trophy taxidermy.
Okay, that's going to run you 50 gold pieces. But because you did this, are you is Higgimus the type of person that would have kind of showed it around in public and stuff like that?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, so there are now also rumors about you guys, and some of them are kind of weird about, they're definitely not accurate, but some of them are absolutely accurate. So now the company of the Broken Sword is becoming kind of known in rumors and stuff like that for defeating a horrible tentacled monster covered in dozens of jawed tentacles deep beneath the surface of Brawl.
Oh dear.
So
Well,
just
they're right.
FYI.
Nice.
Eh.
Nice.
I'd totally be showing my ice look at the Thieves Guild. That would be a great topic of conversation. So I'd probably get mine taxidermied as well, if allowed.
All right.
Even though it costs 50
that
gold.
would be 50 gold.
That's just an eye, though.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
care.
Well, yeah, but it you know, I mean, so
Bragging rights. And a few skills.
you know, I mean, it's completely different style of taxidermy for each thing, but it just runs 50 gold piece to get that done.
Oh, Braxon would like to go back to see Lars Luigi at some point to thank him and buy him a drink.
You don't need to buy him a drink.
Yeah, at your offer, he'll chuckle and tell you that he has all the drinks he needs. But he thanks you for the offer.
Would he like a present? And if yes, what?
Would he like a present?
Yes,
what
a
the
gift.
hell? What
I mean,
the hell would you give him?
who turns down presents, really, other than paladins?
Paladins are not allowed to have.
I was making a joke. I mean, if you want to give him a present, you know, what kind of present do you want to give him? Chances are he'll take it. It's a present.
Oh, I've got a nice dog too.
I mean, you could offer it, but it
Might be a little too close to home.
It might
Oh.
be. It might be.
Yeah.
Oh, and I should point out that some of the rumors are definitely saying that you killed beholders down there.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
How-
that'll be sold up.
How hard would it be for Braxon to whittle a deep spawn onto a piece of wood to give it to Lars Luigi to hang on the wall,
Oh, that'd
or do with whatever he wants?
That'd be pretty easy.
Okay, here, do that then.
Actually, let me double check to see if there's a wood carving proficiency, because that's not carpentry.
Okay.
If there isn't a wood carving proficiency, then I'd say it's easy. Ba-dum. All right. Well, actually, what I'll have you do is roll a carpentry proficiency check.
Okay.
So 1d20, you want to get below the score.
Yeah. Right, and where's my score?
You have a 16. All right.
Right.
There you go. Yep, you were able to carve a reasonable likeness of the deep spawn, from what you saw of it, at least. I mean, you were kind of, in the middle of a combat with it.
Yeah, kind of busy, and
But anyone else who's faced one would recognize it.
I'm sure Lars Luigi knows better than me what they look like, but I just thought
No.
something for him to hang on the bar or somewhere if he wants to.
Yeah, he laughs loudly and takes it from you. Levitating it up and puts it in a currently empty spot. He may move it later, but
We should
he's
sign
pleased
it.
with that.
I
After
also
wanted to make a curious appraisal roll of it. How much you think it would probably be worth.
I assumed Braxon had gone to do this alone.
Yeah, I know. He's
so-
keeping it to himself. He's kind of just wondering.
No, I don't know. I mean,
It's a hunk of wood.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
it is a wood carving. I mean, if you wanted to sell those, you could probably sell those for 5 to 10 gold pieces each. I mean, that would be a reasonable price. Whether there would be many people buying them is another question, because they are kind of gross looking.
I know you explained you described them to us, but I also asked Luigi that we now know that the ones we've been talking about with the grey skins, they have black scraggly hair. Since he was asking about their hair.
Yeah, okay, so with the new information, he's able to tell you that that those creatures, the humanoids, were Grimlocks.
Do you know anything more than just their name, like what they are and how they are?
They're underground, deep-dwelling humanoids that are blind, that have heightened senses of smell and hearing, who like to eat humans.
They like to eat humans.
Yes.
Okay. So Rakok really was holding back.
Oh, he was going to stab you guys in the back. Absolutely. I will tell you this right now. He was going to stab you guys in the back.
During the time we had we dealt with each other.
He would have used you guys to defeat the deep spawn, and then turned to you and said to the rest of the Grimlocks left, something along the lines of "Meat's back on the menu, boys."
And I had to kill him with his own sword.
Unfortunately, we barbecued him before he ate us.
Yeah.
True.
Killed him twice.
He was that good.
So did you guys want to go to one of the houses and talk to them first?
Yeah.
Yeah, Braxon wants to go to both of them.
Yes.
All
I
right.
agree.
Yeah, I'm following along.
So, well, there's the three houses. There's Yalar, which has not had any ships sunk. There's Torlin, which has had one ship sunk, and Calhain, which had that was the first one that was sunk. I think my thing auto corrected me without. So you want to go to Calhain first?
Yeah, let's go to Calhain first.
Yeah.
All right. The head of House Calhain is a woman named Sora. She, when you introduce yourselves and mention, who you are, what you've done, her secretary recognizes it immediately and goes to talk to her, and you are, inducted into her office. As you enter, she stands from her desk, and I'm looking for her description right now. I don't actually see a description of her. I could have sworn I had a description of her. She's a tall human, black hair, not yet in middle age. She greets you as you enter and says with a bit of a wry smile, "I assume you're here about the Scavver problem?"
Yes.
Yeah. Our company kind of specializes in getting rid of large, monstrous creatures.
So I've heard.
His eye stalk.
So I've heard. It is rather amusing. I was actually thinking about hiring out an extermination team, and here you are.
Oh dear.
Please sit down.
Dear.
Thank you.
She sits
Thank you.
back down behind her desk.
My name's Braxon. I didn't catch your name.
It's Sora Calhain.
I'm gonna just be quiet and keep
Pleased
an
to
eye
meet
on
you.
things.
I'll introduce the other members of the Company of the Broken Sword.
Yes, so as you're no doubt aware, one of our ships carrying bombard supplies, smoke powder, wheel locks, things of that nature, was destroyed by what the crew said was an enormous Scavver, over 100 feet long. And I'll be perfectly honest, I don't believe that's true.
So you're saying that the ship was taken instead of destroyed?
Oh no, it was destroyed. The crew saw it destroyed.
Okay.
I've been wondering about that myself because I can't imagine, especially as the same things happen to another ship, I can't imagine any reason why your crewmen would lie. So they must have seen what they saw. But I've been wondering if a wizard could enlarge a Scavver, or if someone could maybe disguise a pirate ship as a Scavver.
She taps her a finger on her lower lip and says, "Those are certainly possibilities. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I do suspect my rival at House Yalar is behind this. We've been having stiff competition in our trade routes for bombard supplies and smoke powder to the realms and other places for a couple years now, and it has been quite a difficult time. I would not be surprised if one of my rivals, has taken it into their mind to just destroy the competition rather than beat them at the trading game."
Have any of them shown like outward hostility toward you, or is it just still the like friendly competition type of thing?
Oh, it is certainly unfriendly. But no, there's been no aggressive acts, shall we say. None of the houses are friends with each other.
But no outright skirmishes or anything like that.
No.
So you were saying you wasn't sure about what your crewman saw. So is it possible that your ship wasn't destroyed? That it might have been hijacked or damaged and crashed? Is there a chance? Is there a chance that we might be able to rescue the ship or something like that?
Well, I suppose there's always a chance of for everything, but the crew members were quite clear that it was broken up. I mean, certainly powerful magics could be at work to disguise what happened, but no, I think that it was lost. I have not been able to send a ship out to check the location of the attack, but I believe it was a wasp from Brawl's own fleet was sent, but it is not reported back, and it should have been back.
Yeah.
Now, I have another ship coming in, and it's currently my only other ship. It'll be coming in to take on more supplies of smoke powder and bombards from the smith that I've purchased from the smith's coster, and I need that ship to go through. Otherwise, my house is dead.
Yeah.
So that'd be a likely target.
Yeah, because I was originally wondering whether there would be any sort of salvage operation you'd want us to do, but if that ship's definitely gone, then obviously there's nothing to salvage. Maybe we could escort the other ship, or maybe we have a wasp. Maybe we could make our ship look like it's your ship and act as a decoy or something.
I think their ship is probably a lot bigger than a simple wasp.
Indeed, it is. I have a galleon coming in.
So
is my other ship. Now, an escort is certainly possible.
We could do an escort job.
It might be worth talking to the the head of House Yalar and see what he has to say. Maybe he will be arrogant and give himself away for what he is. I don't know. But if you are interested in protecting my other ship in any way you can, I would be willing to pay you a bounty of 3,000 gold pieces worth of gems and jewelry.
Well, that'd probably be something that we'll be looking to do anyway, but we would definitely need to see what other information we can find.
Yeah, we also want to look into the attack on the other ship from House Torlane. If it's possible for us to find out who's menacing both your houses, that would protect your house and their house at the same time. So we'll have a look and see where we can be best placed.
Indeed, I would most appreciate that. My other ship is due in 7 days, and I would dearly love to have protection for it, or this whole thing wrapped up by then, if possible.
Do you know where in Brawl Space it was attacked?
Yes, roughly. I can have someone...
I'll pull out my map and ask her if she can point it out for me.
She can give you a vague location, but she's the head of the house. She doesn't have the specifics. She'll have her secretary, bring one of the I'm not actually sure what the term would be, but like one of the people who knows the details of the shipping routes and everything like that.
Okay. Well, the general idea is good for right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was about 1.5 days away.
One
roughly.
One of the sailors who survived, perhaps.
Yeah.
Well, she'll get us the information. Well, I was just looking for a rough estimate where it was, so we can compare it when we talk to the other ones.
What might be useful is if we could talk to one of your navigators and see if we can. We don't know the location of all the asteroids in Brow Space. It's possible that if someone's attacking your ship, if we can have a look at the asteroids in the area, and maybe the asteroids in the area where House Torlane's ship was attacked, we might be able to work out an area where it's possible that this thing is.
It's home.
Certainly. I can have someone show you the more precise location, and I will have them give you the names of the sailors who survived.
Thank you very much.
Were there any other questions?
Can't think of any right now, but
did they say what color it was?
It was grayish brown. No one said that it was one of the specific known types. However, it didn't look like one of the known types.
Right.
Okay. That's it from me.
All right. Anyone else?
I'm good.
Thank you for taking the time to meet us.
Oh, indeed. She stands and holds out her hand and shakes each of yours.
Braxon takes her hand and kisses it.
She
The etiquette.
she very deftly forces you to just shake hands.
Okay.
You don't have nearly enough charisma for that.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe.
Paladin, on the other hand, I'm not even gonna try.
You're seen out to the secretary, and the secretary writes down a couple names for you. The 3 names of the sailors, which they're sailors. I'm not going to bother making up names for them.
Dingus make haggis.
And also one of her cargo masters who knows the routes that are taken and was able to figure out exactly where the ship was destroyed.
While we're getting that information, I'm kind of leaning into Leva. Leva, by any chance, did I can never remember his name.
Aranis?
Aranis. Did Aranis tell you what color or the coloration was of those special Scavvers?
No, but I didn't ask him because I didn't think of color changes in any way.
Okay.
I'm actually not even sure what the color of those are supposed to be. I don't see it in the entry, interestingly enough. Yeah, whatever. All right.
So
you have the names of the sailors and her cargo master, who can tell you exactly where her ship was destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
all right, do we want to go talk to them now, or do we want to go on to the next house?
Let's talk to them now, and then we can get as much information from this one, and then we find out the information from the other one, and then compare notes.
All right.
Just as an aside, each of the houses does have a warehouse that you could also go investigate at some point if you wanted.
That might be a good idea.
Yep.
Yes, but
I'd say later.
Right. I'm just making that note because I didn't mention it earlier. So you want to go talk to the sailors first? Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's go do that.
All right. So you get the names, ask around a little bit in the Low City, and find them in a little dive. One of the pop-up dives that is selling bad grog and stuff like that.
Is it the kind of grog that can melt through your mugs?
No.
Monkey
Grog
Island.
grog is specifically very watered down alcohol.
Yeah, I was making a joke.
It's
Or a reference, really.
it's unpleasant, but
Honest.
well, right. But I mean, grog is more like water than it is like beer, shall we say?
So it's not made with better.
It's
yeah,
not very
got it.
good.
Yeah.
It's not very good. So you find the three sailors down at this pop-up dive, and when they find out that you're interested in hearing about the Scavver attack, they mutter a little bit, but let you sit down.
I'll buy him a drink.
That makes them a lot happier. They're much friendlier now.
Okay. How much is that?
That will be 3 silver pieces.
3 silver pieces, all right.
It's like chump change to us, but if they're only earning like 4 silver a day.
They're earning more than that, but not that much more.
It's a sign of besides.
So you guys want to ask
Yeah.
any questions?
Yeah, so I'll just ask them if they can kind of give an account of what happened.
The oldest of the 3 starts telling you, we were sailing usual route, heading towards the shell, heading on the route to realm space, and we heard a shout from the lookout up in the crow's nest, and he said Scavver, which, I mean, no one likes fighting Scavvers if they can help it, but no one was really worried. But it took longer than normal for Scavvers to appear, and finally when the rest of us could see it without his eyes, man, he had good eyes. People said he had eyes like an eagle. I did, yeah. Poor fellow. Anyway,
Did he get eaten by the Scavver?
it was enormous. Never seen one the size. Had to be over 100 feet long. Actually, not sure how long a galleon's. Let me double check that to give you guys an idea of size comparison. Galleons are. Oh, it was at least as long as our galleon, which are 130 feet long. Never seen a thing like it, and it swam right for us. I mean,
Did you
certainly
fire upon it?
no one's ever seen anything that big before, but we fired upon it. We fired everything we had: catapult shot, ballista shot,
Bombard?
arrows. No, we didn't have any bombards on board. Not sure it would have made much difference. Nothing seemed to stop it.
did it move like a normal Scavver, or could it have been a ship disguised as one?
I don't know about all the magics I can do, all the whatnot. But it sure looked like a Scavver to me. Never seen one that large before though. Just beelined right for us and slammed right into our side. Shook the ship to its core. I heard the keel cracking and the mast snapped off, fell overboard. At that point, me and my mates here, we was knocked overboard. Drifted out of the envelope pretty quick like, and just clung to some debris. And it just, swept back and forth, chewing the ship apart as far as we could tell. Very little was left when it swam off. Didn't see no other survivors either. Looked around, but the three of us managed to find a large piece of the ship that was still intact, and well, we just kind of drifted for a couple days until we were picked up by another passing tradesman.
So you saw it actually chomping down on the ship?
Well, one of the younger men with him says, I didn't see that, no. But I mean, we was so scared. Never seen anything like it, and it was so fast too. I mean, it was a Scavver. It had to be chomping.
And its movement, did it do its normal tail waggling thing?
Certainly
Swim?
seemed so.
Okay.
Did you see any damage on the Scavver when you were attacking it?
None at all.
So things
None
are
of
bouncing
our
off?
weapons could pierce its hide. Must have been real thick.
Did you see the projectiles bouncing off?
I wasn't on the weapon crew, so I couldn't really tell you. The other
You other folks?
two nod along with that.
Well, we plan to go and hunt this thing.
Well, maybe. Depends.
When we know a bit more about it.
Yep. Well, is there any more information you folks could give us? Any at all could be helpful.
Well, the galleon was equipped with a light catapult and 2 medium ballista, so it could be that they just weren't tough enough to pierce its hide. Maybe a heavy weapon could do it. That's about all I could say, though.
I've got a question for you. Was there anyone unusual sniffing around your ship before you launched?
Not that I could tell you.
Right, so a normal voyage out of Brel.
Yep, seemed normal in every way until that Scavver showed up. In fact, I mean, when the lookout first sighted the Scavver, no one thought nothing of it. Just figured it was another gray Scavver or something out there for a meal. Most of us figured it would stay away, given the size of our ship and everything.
Interesting. Anybody else got anything?
Color?
What was the color of the Scavver? Yeah.
What do they eat?
Well,
Was it
Scavvers
trying to-
Scavvers eat meat. You would know that Scavvers eat meat.
So it's just eating all the crewmen that it could find.
Maybe. They describe a little bit more about the attack, and the ferocity of the attack just destroyed the ship. Pieces were flying and being thrown every which way, and they got propelled pretty far away along with a piece of the ship, and drifted off in a different direction from everything else.
So it was definitely an animal
Well, we don't know that.
that jumped down on the ship, and there is no way at all that it could have been a weapon. Correct?
Remember, they said they didn't actually see it jumping down on the ship.
Yeah,
That's important.
but the question is more: could it have been a weapon instead of the Scavver?
Well,
Are you going to ask them specifically that?
I'm asking asking them.
He looks to his two companions. We never thought of that, did we? They shake their heads. Well, I mean, I don't know all the things that mages can do. I mean, I suppose. I don't know.
I was thinking something like a battering ram.
Or maybe some kind of chomping weapon to make it look like a Scavver attack.
Look at a giant pincer or something. I don't
So
know.
is it the ship is still out there, or did they actually bring it in?
Well, the ship was functionally destroyed.
Awesome.
The sailors tell you that as far as they know, and you would have gotten this information from Sora Calhain, nothing of real significance was recovered. Number one, Sora doesn't have a ship to go out, and as far as she knows, no one else has gone out either. She would have told you this information.
Hey, but I'm still a bit hung up on could it have been weapons? So if we go out there and we find the ship, could we figure out the difference between a big animal chomping down or a weapon being used?
Maybe.
I
You'd have
think
to look
we'd
at
have
the debris.
We'd actually have to go out there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's find out more first.
Is there such a thing as like flotsam seekers or something? You know, like wreckage seekers.
There are certainly ships that make their living going out and trying to recover wrecks and things of that nature. The problem is that wrecks are frequently, they frequently become home to, monsters and things of that nature. And it's a pretty dangerous business, so there aren't too many of them. And now, on the other hand, any ship out there that has, their own power, they'll more than happy. They're more than happy to stop and pick through wreckage that they come across. So
there's no like official like company that deals with it that we could acquire.
Gaspar's Reclamations does that a little bit, but they tend to focus not on just any old wreck. If they heard of a powerful adventuring party's ship that was destroyed, then they would absolutely go out looking for that, figuring that there would be a lot of treasure. Or if they learn that a pirate ship was destroyed but not picked over, then they might go look at that. But they wouldn't necessarily go out looking for a standard transport that was destroyed, even if it was carrying valuable equipment like bombards and stuff.
Not even to try and salvage at home, maybe?
I mean, maybe, but at the same time, I mean, they're focusing on a number of other things. They're interested primarily in monetary goods and magic items.
Which
beyond
makes
just helms.
sense.
Yeah.
Because they want to get the most valuable stuff that they can get a crap load of cash for.
Yep.
Well, a trade ship would be good for that, because a trade ship has stuff that they carried from point A.
Yes, but then they actually have to return the stuff back to the original owner if they really want it back.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is that while there's certainly rights of salvage and stuff like that, if a merchant house lost a ship a week ago and you went out and salvaged it, the merchant house would expect that any surviving cargo would be returned to them, and they would pay like 10% of the value kind of thing as a salvage fee.
Okay.
But it would only be things that, like, if the merchant, if it was an independent merchant and all they had was the ship and it was sunk and everyone died, then yeah, I mean, that would be free game. But again, that gets into questions of who controls what and stuff like that. So,
in this case, you wouldn't be able to get all the cargo from this because it's from one of the merchant houses.
It's gonna
yeah,
be marked.
you would
as well.
return it. You would be expected to return it, and I mean that. This is certainly something to consider. That if you can recover this stuff, you'll get 10% of the value. As a finder's fee kind of thing.
Yeah, Braxon would rather do that anyway because it will build up a relationship with those houses if we can recover their stuff.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is actually about 4 o'clock, so in the next session, we can go ahead and continue your investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you guys had some more questions, last-minute questions for the sailors?
No, but I will leave 3 silver pieces down for him as we leave.
Oh, all right, thank you, sir. They say as they grab up the coins quite quickly.
Thank you for your time, gentlemen.
All right, so that'll be it for this session. Thank you guys for playing, and let's go ahead and hand out some experience points. Let's see.
Can't imagine it'd be that much.
Well, I mean, there's some role playing going on. No fighting, so no monster experience points or anything like that. But yeah, everyone gets 50 experience points. And I mean, Leva got 500 experience points for researching that spell, so that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I'm not complaining.
All right. Anyone? I don't think anyone went up a level from that.
No.
Not from 50.
Yeah. All right.
Do I get anything for stealing something?
Yes. You get an experience point.
One.
The gold piece value. You got the gold piece value of the tool. There you go.
You said at the end that you'd work out how many days we used our non-weapon proficiencies to do jobs.
Yeah, so that'll be a total of 2 weeks. So
2 weeks.
For anyone who was doing some work, you get 2 weeks worth of pay for that.
Is this 7 days a week work?
Yes. So 14 days.
Do we get XP for NWPs or not?
Nope.
Okay, brilliant.
Not much of a difference, but hey, every point is worth it.
Yep. All right. So
22 for mine.
I want to thank you guys for playing. I want to thank everyone out there for watching. Hope you guys had a good time, and we shall see everyone next week.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the game.
Thanks for putting up with us.
See you guys later.